everyone, welcome back to our kitchen. Isn't that right, Mr. Man? This is as much yours as it is mine. Today we are going to be recreating a childhood classic, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. I haven't had these in years. Ghost has never had these. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so original icing cinnamon rolls made with real cinnamon, as opposed to like fake cinnamon. The ingredients are about a mile long, and there's a lot of additives in here. Oh my god. It doesn't really smell very cinnamony, even though they said that it was made with real cinnamon. That's so strange. And there seems to be these like flecks of cinnamon topping, but this dough is more of a biscuit and is really perforated rather than being actually rolled. I bet that they just make their biscuit mix and this and just throw like this cinnamon topping on it. It also came with this rather offensive frosting. Let's try it. This tastes like purely processed chemicals, and it feels like you're biting into confection sugar, like that crystallized bite in the back of your mouth. You don't need to be a pastry chef to know that these are about to be dry as hell. This is dry as hell. No rolling took place when they made this. I really think it's just the Pillsbury biscuit and they just put some cinnamon sugar on it. Honestly, any frosting or icing that's not a cream cheese frosting should be illegal, and I feel like as a community we really need to initiate that. And I would rather be than take another bite of this. The only thing I do like about these cinnamon rolls is the size. I feel like cinnamon buns are always gargantuan, and I never want to commit to eating a whole one. The only thing that I'm going to keep consistent from this recipe is the size. Other than that, we're scrapping the whole thing and we're starting over, and I'm going to show you how to make some amazing, chewy, soft, flavorful cinnamon buns. Let's get started. To begin our dough, we're going to start with 1 cup or 240 grams of warm milk and add in 2.5 teaspoons or 8 grams of dry yeast and whisk that just to combine. You're going to add in half a cup or 110 grams of granulated sugar and whisk that vigorously until all of the sugar crystals dissolve. Then set that aside for 10 minutes to activate the yeast. Now in a stand mixer, you're going to add 1/3 cup or 70 grams of melted butter, 2 whole eggs, and 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of salt and whisk that to combine. Once your egg mixture is completely homogenized, you can begin adding in our warm milk and yeast. Then you can fit your stand mixer with the hook attachment and begin to add in 4 cups or 560 grams of all-purpose flour. Knead your dough for 8 to 10 minutes on medium speed until it forms into a ball. It should be smooth and slightly sticky. Transfer your dough to a clean bowl where you're going to allow it to proof for about 2 hours. Cover it with a kitchen rag and leave it somewhere warm. If it's cold in your apartment, you can put it somewhere like the microwave or the oven. Moving on to our cinnamon sugar, you're going to need 1 cup or 140 grams of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons or 25 grams of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of nutmeg, and whisk that to combine. For the icing, we're going to start with 8 ounces or 226 grams of cream cheese, 1 tablespoon or 8 grams of vanilla paste, and 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of salt, and you're going to paddle that until it's completely smooth. Then you're going to add in 1.5 cups or 150 grams of confection sugar, which I already sifted, and make sure you add that in slowly unless you want to hotbox yourself with confection sugar. And slowly add in 2 to 4 tablespoons of heavy cream until you have a silky, spreadable texture. Now that our dough has risen, you want to begin on a well-floured surface and turn your dough over. Then you want to form the dough into your desired shape. I'm going for a pretty long rectangle because I want to make smaller portions, but if you want to make larger portions, you can go 8 by 10. While you're rolling your dough, you want to make sure that you're frequently pressing it back into your desired shape just to make sure it doesn't get all wonky by the time you're done. Once you're happy with the shape of your dough, take your super soft butter and begin to spread it in a thin and even layer. Then you're going to repeat the same process with your cinnamon sugar. It might look like you have too much cinnamon sugar, but trust me, you don't. This is what's really going to give you that caramelized bottom, that sticky, gooey bun. Make sure you really push that cinnamon sugar into the dough, and then you can begin rolling. Try to roll this as tightly as you can to get those really beautiful flaky layers. Flaky. Using a serrated knife, begin cutting your dough into 2-inch wide pieces, really allowing the knife to do all of the work here. You also want to have all of the inseams facing towards each other so that they don't unravel while baking. Now we need to go into our second proof. We're going to cover these and proof them for 45 minutes. Once they've proofed again, they should be nice and thick and they're ready to bake. We're going to bake them for exactly 7 minutes before pulling them out. To pour heavy cream over them, you're going to use about a half a cup to pour over these cinnamon buns, and that's going to help them stay really moist and help you to get that sticky caramelized base. Then they go back in at 350 for an additional 20 minutes. When they're out of the oven, allow them to cool for 5 to 10 minutes before you glaze them, and use all of the glaze.
So cinnamon rolls are one of those things that takes all day to make, and you're like smelling the spicy fumes all day and you're like dying to eat it, but you really have to be patient with these. Let's taste them. I'm gonna have to go sideways on this one. This is everything a cinnamon bun should be. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers in these that are packed with that cinnamon flavor. The bottom is like sticky and gooey, and the cream cheese frosting on top really helps to cut through all of the sweetness. These are so iconic. Make sure you comment below what other things you want to see me recreate.
Smash the like and subscribe button and comment down below of what you want me to do.